Hi everyone, I'm Dr. Morey, and welcome to Module 6, Working Smarter, Streamlining Your Business with AI. You know what really gets me excited about AI? Is how it can make our lives easier. Imagine never answering the same customer question 50 times a day, or having your business run smoothly while you're spending time with your family. AI handles the boring stuff so you can focus on what you love. Today, we're going to show you how to move from drowning in mundane tasks to having AI helpers actually work for you while you focus on what really matters, growing your business. Here's our goal for today. By the end of this module, you'll know how to use smart assistants, automate workflows, and build AI agents to save time and get more done in your business. Before we jump in, I want to hear from you. Here's our opening question, and I'd love for you guys to share your responses in the discussion thread below this video. What's one boring task in your business that you wish someone else could do, and why? Now let me tell you about Carmen. She owns a bakery where her tres leches cake is legendary, and her flan brings people back every single week. Families drive hours for her little pineapple cakes, her cookies, that perfect coquito during Christmas. But here's the thing, Carmen was drowning in the daily hustle. Every week, she was scrambling to create social media posts, spending hours responding to client emails and special requests, and completely missing out on all the amazing reviews customers were leaving about her delicious treats. She had this treasure trove of feedback just sitting there, but no time to actually use it to make her business better. Every morning, Carmen would get up to work at 5 a.m., not just to start baking, but to handle the customer orders from 3 different places, answer the same questions about ingredients and pickup times, update her list of what she had in stock, and post on social media. By the time she finished all the office work, she barely had energy left for what she loved most, creating those amazing desserts that made her customers feel they were back at Abuela's kitchen table. Every small business owner knows the feeling of being stretched too thin. Now, imagine this. What if Carmen could get rid of all of those boring tasks forever? What if she could take those 5, 10, or even 15 hours a week and use them for growth, making new recipes, teaching her team, or just taking a much needed break? That's exactly what we're going to explore today. Setting up smart systems that will actually do the work for you. This isn't just about saving time, it's about making your business smarter, faster, and better without hiring a single new person. Let me walk you through the 3 ways helpers can change how you work. Smart assistants. These are AI tools that understand what you're saying and can help you with tasks right away. For Carmen's bakery, this might mean having a helper that helps her write social media posts. Want to learn how to do that? Here we'll show you how.
In this demo, we're going to return to Gemini to create our own smart assistant. The goal of this assistant is to help Carmen manage her business's social media content. To begin, we'll access the Gems feature, which you can find in the left side menu of the Gemini interface. From there, we'll create and customize a smart assistant specifically to support Carmen's social media workflow. We'll give it a name and clearly defined system instructions. Think of these as the guidelines that teach the assistant how to behave and what its job is. First, we define the role. This tells the assistant what it is supposed to be. In this case, we're telling Gemini that it is an ongoing social media manager for Carmen's bakery. So every response it gives should focus on helping with social media. Next is the goal or context. This section explains what success looks like. For Carmen's bakery, the assistant's goal is to create engaging social media posts that attract younger local customers, highlight the bakery's products, and encourage people to visit the shop in person. After that, we set the tone. Tone controls how the assistant writes. For a bakery, we want posts that feel warm, authentic, and energetic. Something that feels friendly and community-focused rather than overly formal. Then we add constraints. These are simply the rules the assistant must follow. For example, we tell it to only focus on social media marketing and not give advice about things like kitchen operations, finances, or staffing. This helps keep the assistant focused on its actual job. Next is the AI workflow. This explains how the assistant should approach each request. For example, if Carmen asks for a post but doesn't explain the goal, the assistant should ask a quick follow-up question first. Once it understands the goal, it can create a caption, add hashtags, and include a call to action that encourages people to visit the bakery. Finally, we define the output format. This tells the assistant how to organize its responses. For example, every post should clearly include the platform, the caption, a call to action, and suggested hashtags so Carmen can easily copy and use it. Once we've added our system instructions, we can also attach a file of Carmen's bakery menu for the assistant to reference when generating responses. This allows the assistant to use real products and prices from the menu when creating social media posts. And interacting with the Smart Assistant is as simple as giving instructions to a coworker. You can ask it to write a post, promote a product, or create ideas for upcoming promotions. Think of the Smart Assistant as your digital right-hand assistant. It helps you brainstorm ideas, draft content, and stay consistent with your marketing. The difference is that this assistant never gets tired, works instantly, and is always ready to help whenever you need it.
Automated workflows. This is where different parts of your business start working together automatically. For example, you can build a system that watches your order information and automatically sends personalized email updates to customers, like your flan order is ready for pickup, or your custom cake is being prepared and will be ready tomorrow at 3 p.m. Let's build an automated workflow together.
Carmen manages her customer orders in a Google Sheet, which can get messy at times, so she is looking to use AI to maintain more efficient communication. Instead of someone manually emailing the customers, Carmen can use AI to automate. This spreadsheet contains information related to customer orders, like the order ID, status, name, email address, details, and cost. To build this workflow, we're going to use a new tool for this demo called Zapier. Once inside the Zapier dashboard, we'll click the Create button to start setting up a new automation, which Zapier calls a Zap. We'll build this automation in 3 simple steps. Step 1. Setting up the trigger using a Google Sheet, the trigger being the event that starts the automation. Step 2. Analyzing customer orders and returning an email draft. Step 3. Automating the sending of an email. For the first step, we'll set up our trigger to listen for whenever a new row is added or an existing row is updated in a spreadsheet. We'll select our spreadsheet, Carmen's Bakery Orders. For our use case, we want the workflow to recognize the status of an order, so we'll configure the trigger to watch the status column to ensure that any changes to an order's status will initiate the workflow. For the second step, we'll set up our first action. For this, we'll add an AI where we prompt it to generate an email draft for us based on the order information. We'll add input fields and reference the data coming from our Google Sheet, so the workflow has access to it. The input fields we'll add are the customer name, order ID, order details, and order status. Next, we'll add custom prompt instructions that will guide the AI on how to write the email. To do this, we'll again need to start by first defining the role. So let's instruct the AI that it is an automated client communication assistant for Carmen's Bakery, which means that every response it creates should focus on communicating clearly with customers about their orders. Next, we need to set a goal for the AI. For example, in this case, we want to draft a follow-up email that updates a customer about the status of their custom order. After that, we can set the tone to feel warm, friendly, and professional, and set some constraints or rules for the AI to follow. We also want to tell the AI to insert our input fields from before, using double curly braces, as this will allow each email to automatically include the correct information for each customer. Then we explain how the message should change depending on the order status. If the status says ordered, the AI sends a confirmation email thanking the customer and letting them know their order is being prepared. If the status says complete, the AI sends a message letting the customer know their order is ready for pickup. Finally, we define how the email should end, which in this case is a simple closing from Carmen's bakery team to keep the message consistent and professional. Once we've added our system instructions, we'll define our output fields for the email and add the email body and the email subject, which will be filled in by the AI. For the third and final step, we need to automate sending an email to the customer. So here we can add Gmail and edit the appropriate fields. We'll add the subject line generated in the previous step to the subject field. Finally, we'll add the email body generated in the previous step to the body field. Once the assistant has been published, all Carmen has to do is go into her Google Sheet of orders and change the status of a row from ordered to complete, and the AI will then automatically send an email using that row's customer information.
AI agents. They're also smart systems that can handle whole jobs and make decisions on their own. Imagine an AI agent that reads through all of Carmen's customer reviews, figures out what people love most and what needs improvement, and then creates clear reports that tell her exactly what to focus on. Things like, customers love your tres leches, but want more gluten-free options, or your pickup process needs to be faster during busy times. Here we'll run you through a demo for how you can build your own AI agent.
To help Carmen manage all the customer reviews she receives, we're going to build an agent using a tool called relay.app to help her summarize and structure these emails into a report. To start building our agent, we just need to create a free account and then click Create New Agent. Next, we'll connect the Gmail app so the agent knows where to find Carmen's incoming customer reviews. From there, we'll describe what we want, step by step. Things like, on the first of every month, identify emails from the previous month related to reviews, feedback, or ratings for Carmen's bakery. Relay will take that goal and automatically start building the workflow logic for us. The agent will look for those emails through Carmen's inbox. On the left, we see the assistant processing our request, and on the right, we see the steps being filled out. Next, we want the agent to look at the customer reviews, analyze them, and compile them into a structured feedback report. Relay will introduce an AI step that integrates an LLM like ChatGPT, automatically crafting a prompt based on the objectives we set for the agent. This trains the agent to know what to do with the information it's given and provides Carmen with clear insights, allowing her to understand overall customer satisfaction by seeing whether customers are generally happy with their experience, identify strengths by highlighting the things customers consistently love, like certain pastries, her friendly service, or the atmosphere of the bakery, detect pain points or areas for improvement, such as long wait times or items that may need adjustment. Provide data-backed recommendations that will give Carmen clear suggestions for how to improve her business and keep customers coming back. This report is designed to help Carmen quickly understand what customers are saying about her bakery. Finally, we'll prompt Relay to email the report to ourselves. It'll add a Gmail step, filling out the subject and body fields with the correct output from our previous step. Finally, we'll check our inbox to make sure that the well-structured report has been generated. Just as we instructed our agent to behave, we have an actionable report, showing strong overall satisfaction, highlighting standout items like the cinnamon rolls and cheesecake, while also pointing out a few consistency issues in bread texture and coffee strength. It even provides actionable recommendations, like standardizing baking and brewing processes, so Carmen knows exactly where to focus.
Why does getting AI agents matter so much to your business? Because AI tools aren't fancy extras for big companies anymore. They're becoming essential for every business of every size. For a small business, like Carmen's Bakery, AI means competing with bigger bakeries and chains, offering great customer service and efficiency that once seemed impossible to achieve. This change isn't just about saving time and money. It's about using AI to solve problems smarter and completely change how your business works and wins. Let's reflect. If you could have an AI agent that worked for your business, what would you want it to focus on first? Take some time to think about it and share your thoughts in the discussion thread below.